This is Good Morning Jacksonville.
The weather, the traffic today, and that's all leading to breaking news. One of the many crashes we've seen this morning is involving a patrol car, and boy, is it slowing things down.
We want to get right out to First Coast News' Cameron Eppinger. He's live right now on scene with the latest details. Cam, what do we know at this point?
I can tell you right now, we're set up shop right here on the southbound lanes. We're going to step outside the shot and have my photographer Joe pan over onto the northbound lanes, and you can see traffic is still at a standstill right now. And even a little bit further to the left, you can see that police officers are right now on scene. Now, I can tell you earlier, we were driving through the traffic, and it was backed up for at least about 2 miles, I would say. It took us about 10 minutes just to travel 1 mile, but we did see the scene. We're actually going to be bringing you some of those pictures in the power block, but from what I saw, there was a JSO police cruiser involved in this crash. That's what we can report, and it was just appeared to be mangled. It seems as though the cruiser who was the police officer who was driving the car lost control, and he ended up on the side of the road in the grass, and the car was mangled. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be bringing you those pictures later on in the power block. But as you can see right now, traffic is still backed up for miles, and it appears that it's going to be like this for quite some time while crews try to figure out and investigate what caused this crash. But coming up in your power block, I'm going to be bringing you those pictures of that incident just to give you an idea of what happened. For now, reporting live, I'm Cameron Eppinger, First Coast News, on your side.
So we're in the VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center, and this is going to take time to investigate. I mean, you can see the amount of investigators here that are on scene. This is actually a lot more than I typically see at a crash. And look at all of the response here, all of the officers, as well as, you know, even the traffic being routed off. So I don't expect these lanes to be reopening really anytime soon. So keep that in mind. They still need to get a tow truck out there and move that cruiser as well. So this could be potentially closed through the morning rush hour. Please prepare yourself for that. So 295 northbound at Alta, that is where traffic is being routed off at this point. And to be able to get around this, you probably want to exit near Heckscher, take Eastport over towards either Pulaski or North Main Street to kind of get around. So again, keep that in mind. 295 northbound at Alta. Those northbound lanes are all blocked. There's also a crash here, the Fuller Warren Bridge on the southbound side. It's just kind of near the walkway, the Baptist walkway that goes over the interstate there. Looks like a left shoulder there is blocked, so please be careful for that. Now, the blue represents ponding on the roadways, and where we were seeing it kind of over here towards the beaches and over towards the Dames Point Bridge. Now we're starting to see it up towards Nassau County. So 95, those of you traveling in Nassau County along 95, please be careful. Those of you in Ratliff and up towards Camden County as well, please be careful, because you guys are seeing some of that ponding, that standing water, which is a big hydroplane risk, even out towards I-95 between I-10 between Baldwin and downtown. But for more on the weather, let's get to meteorologist Mike Prangley.
Now, weather with your First Coast News storm experts, powered by AC Designs.
Thanks, Katie. Yeah, not your typical setup. The atmosphere is just saturated right now with water all the way up to 10, 15, 20,000 feet. So we've got a train of rain, and moisture extends all the way back to the Caribbean Sea. So these Gully washers packing quite a punch. And we've been tracking this round of some very heavy rain since the wee hours of this morning, continues to move to the north. So our heavy rain corridor right now, areas of most concern, Folkestone, Hilliard, over to Ratliff, St. Mary's, Kingsland, Yulee, you're finally getting a break in some of that heavy rain. This extends up to Woodbine along Interstate 95. So please be extra careful out there. We zoom in meteorologically, looking at these rain rates, pretty impressive, over a ½ inch to an inch per hour. So it's just tough to see out there. Also, you combine that with hydroplaning, not a good setup. We said we'd get a bit of a break, at least in the organized heavy rain, widespread rain this morning. So we'll call for just some isolated showers behind this. So still some showers around even for our Florida counties, Duval, Clay, St. Johns, and Putnam County. But behind this dry slot, we could see a little bit of sunshine, and that could actually meet a Gulf Coast sea breeze. So with some instability, we'll keep an eye to the southwest this afternoon with another line of showers. And this could include some strong thunderstorms with those highs in the low to mid 80s. So our weather impacts today, slick roads, also watching some of that street flooding, lightning, and gusty winds.
Mike, thank you so much. 6:35 at the time. We count on you helping us tell that weather story when it's safe and you're able to do it. Tweet us, get on social media, use the hashtag FCMStorm and GMJ. That way those pictures and your information from your neighborhood comes directly to us, and we can get it out to the masses as well. Right now at 6:30, a statewide search for a 12-year-old girl from Santa Rosa County. That's Emily Navarro there on the left of your screen. Maybe traveling with 18-year-old Elvin Murcia in a black Honda Civic. It's a Civic with Tennessee license plate. So if you know anything, if you've seen them around, you need to call police.
This is me. This is me.
This is me.
This is me.
This is me.
She sits on the president's list on an honor scholarship at Georgia Southern. She's the president of her sorority and has traveled the world on mission trips. At just 20 years old, Megan Prangley has an incredibly bright future ahead, but for 2 years, she held on to a very dark secret that nearly killed her. Today in our This Is Me segment, we're taking on a very serious issue that affects about 30 million people here in the United States. Every 62 minutes, at least one person dies as a direct result of an eating disorder. There are bonds that yield pain.
When I got a text from Megan that said, "You have no idea what it feels like to be dying on the inside," I broke down.
When a mother feels helpless.
And I just cried. I couldn't control myself because I just started thinking to myself, my child's dying on the inside and I had no idea.
I felt very empty. I felt like I was alone. I felt that even like I said, even once my mom did know, you know, she just doesn't understand it. No one understands it.
When you look back at pictures like this, what do you think about who that girl was, what she was going through?
Yeah. I think for a long time, I didn't really know of how much of a issue it was turning into. But when I look back at pictures even now, I just don't, because it's difficult, but just very lost. And also, it was just that I was seeking out this means of control and something that wasn't helpful. Like, it was distracting me, and it was definitely fallible at that.
Orthorexia, an obsession with eating healthy foods, tapping into OCD behaviors, eliminating foods more and more, counting each piece.
It was, 51 pretzels, it was, 13 carrots. She measured even her lettuce, she, down to her eggs and her protein. I went from buying her, size 5 clothes to size 3 to size 0 to size 00, and her telling me that those clothes were too big.
At her lowest, her senior year of high school, Megan weighed 108 pounds. She's 5'7". She ate about 1,000 calories a day. Nutritionists say she should have been eating 4,000 calories daily.
I felt incredibly guilty, mainly because I didn't know and I didn't see the signs. When you live with someone every day, and over the course of, I guess it was a little over a year, I realized that she had lost 60 pounds. I saw her every day, and it's now that I look back on pictures and I think, oh my God, look how she really looked sick.
Eating disorder dietitian Marilyn Dahl warns all parents to keep an eye out for seemingly innocent red flags.
They'll withdraw and they won't go out with their friends. They won't go out to eat. They'll only eat their food. She was preparing her own meals separate from the family.
To anyone now suffering alone, Megan advises reach out, saying that frightening text message she sent her mother likely saved her life.
I think back to what would have happened if I didn't tell someone, and it really does scare me. The biggest thing I've learned, not just with this, but in life, is it's a process, and you have to give yourself time and yourself a lot of grace, because no one's perfect, and it is trial and error and a lot of learning, and it's definitely hard, but just to keep going forth with it.
That's right, no one's perfect. Now, if that name sounded familiar, perhaps show those photos. Megan Prangley is Mike Prangley's daughter. You doing okay, Mike?
Hanging in there.
Yeah.
So we prayed about this on the phone last night, and the big thing Megan wants everybody to know is it's very common. This eating disorders are very common, and that you're not alone. Okay, so as a dad, I'm the eternal optimist. She would, I would see some signs of her being very meticulous about what she ate, but I was just really blindsided by this whole thing. So I was on the phone and said, we're praying together, said, I'm so sorry, I didn't see these warning signs, and I lived with you and saw you every day, and I was a big part of her life. I cheered her on at her track meets, big part of her life, but it was just very scary, so we just thank God that she's okay.
That's right. And there are so many other families going through the same thing. As you mentioned, about 60 million Americans suffer with eating disorders. So, Mike, we thank you. We thank Megan for sharing her story, and hopefully you'll be able to help someone out there.
Yes, absolutely.
If you or someone you know is struggling with an eating disorder, we have a number to a hotline at the bottom of your screen that you can call for help. We'll be right back after this break.
It is a sloppy day out there already.
It is. Okay, so we're looking for a break, at least some of the heavy rain, getting folks out there safely to school, and appreciate you, Katie, for everything you've done this morning with that, because we've got just this gully wash moving up into southeast Georgia, a quick ½ to an inch of rain. St. Mary's, Kingsland, over to Woodbine right now. Nassau County still seeing some of that heavy rain, so we will get a break, I think, for most of us by 8 a.m., and then a round of some late day storms that could be strong, so rough and tumble to and from work today.
And really, the driving out there, it started out pretty bad because we had a crash along 295 northbound at Alta. It involves a JSO patrol car. That looks like it went down an embankment there. And you can see the rain already coming down again. Traffic being routed off there at Alta. So how do you get around this? I would take Heckscher over to Eastport Road, go northbound on Eastport Road, and then you can merge back on at North Main Street. That's your route around this if you want to avoid being detoured off at Alta. But we'll keep you updated.
I didn't tell them you had it. All right, we begin with breaking news right now here in your Power Block on Good Morning Jacksonville. JSO searching for a missing woman who they say may have been abducted. Take a look at your screen right now if you can. That's 23-year-old Courtney Lano. May have been with Matthew Dalton in a white Nissan Altima with the Florida tag HLHK17. If you see them or know where she is, you need to call police. They believe she may be in danger.
Also happening right now, it is day 3 of the search for a missing mom out of Nassau County. Now, she has not been seen in more than 60 hours.
Alex Ucetis is in Yulee this morning with the very latest live on the search and the update for us. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Lou, and that's right, 61 hours already passed since we've seen Jolene Cummings here in Yulee. She actually works just down the street here at a local hair salon, and she was supposed to meet her kids on Mother's Day, picking them up from her ex-husband at a parking lot in Hilliard, but when she didn't show up, her family became very worried. Her mother even saying that she's normally responsive to phone calls, but since trying to call her the last couple of days, all have gone to voicemail. And so take a look at a picture here. Jolene Cummings on the left-hand side of your screen. She's 34 years old. On the right-hand side, the vehicle last believed to be seen in, it's a 2006 Ford Expedition. I want you to get a pen, get a piece of paper, write down this license plate. It's 035 KBQ. 035 KBQ. It's a Florida plate. That is the last one she is supposedly have been seen in just a couple of days ago. Now, the family says they are aware of a possible domestic dispute call that happened last week between Jolene and her former boyfriend, but they are continuing their prayers and search this morning. Nassau County says that they have been searching a wooded area near her home in the Yulee area as well. So far, no luck. We're live in Yulee. Alex Ucetis, First Coast News, on your side.
I'm Kemal Leppinger. As you can see, we're back in the car. We're set up shop on I-295. We're on the southbound on-ramp on 295 at Alta Drive. And I just wanted to get in the car just to give you all a view of the traffic that's at a crawl right now. You can see it right there. JSO police cars there on the scene. Now, I want to go ahead and show you the video that we shot earlier. This is a first look at the accident. You can see it is a JSO squad car that was involved in this accident. And as you can see, it appears as though the JSO squad car, the person driving the car, lost control. And you can see he ended up on the side of the road in the grass. You can see the car is just completely mangled. It's totaled. We're unclear how this crash happened. But of course, we're on the scene. We're working to gather information as to what caused it. We know that JFRD, FHP, and JSO officers are on the scene. Back out here live, you can see traffic right now still backed up for a mile. We're assuming that it's going to be like this for quite some time. We're going to stay out here and try to figure out what caused this crash and bring you more updates on air and on our website at firstcoastnews.com. For now, reporting live, I'm Kemal Leppinger. Back to you.
And we're in the VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center. I would not be surprised if this was closed through the morning rush because there still needs to be an investigation done about what happened, and then they still have to be able to move that patrol car, which is down that embankment. So this is a look at 295 northbound. This is where traffic is being routed off at Alta, and you can see there's a lot of officers there on scene with this crash, and that's another reason why I don't think this is going to be cleared up anytime soon. So if you travel on 295 northbound that takes you past Alta, you want to give yourself plenty of extra time. So one of the routes would be as soon as you get off the Dames Point Bridge, take that exit there at Heckscher, take that over here towards Eastport Road. It's going to kind of hit a fork. You take a left and you can either merge back on maybe at Pulaski or over here at North Main Street. Those are kind of your two options. But really, once you get off the Dames Point Bridge, you're going to be sitting in traffic from this, so just prepare for that. Also on the Fuller Warren Bridge here on the southbound side, look out for a crash there in the left shoulder. This is a very tight area with all that construction going on, so please be on the lookout for that. Quick look here, the blue represents ponding on the roadway, so kind of your hydroplane concern right now is through downtown, northwest Jacksonville here, up towards Ratliff, and then up towards Nassau, Camden County. So please be careful, especially those of you on 95 and on I-10 between Baldwin and downtown at this point. So there's a lot of ponding on your roadways. We'll keep watching that crash there at 295 northbound in Alta, and we'll let you know. Just look at that little breaking news bar at the bottom of the screen. We'll keep you updated.
And Katie, we still have some big issues on the radar. Okay, so some heavy rain, and we're taking a look at the west side, right to the north side, I-95, some more heavy gully washers moving into southeast Georgia, Folkestone up to Brunswick. We do have a break in the heavier rain this morning as expected, slowly moving from south to north. So Clay, St. John's, Putnam County, Baker Union, Bradford to Columbia County. At least it looks like we're done with the organized widespread heavy rain for now, but we're watching to the west today, and our next batch of rain could include some lightning as our low pressure just pinwheels in the Gulf of Mexico. And when it rains, it pours in this pattern. This is a very tropical system, and as a result, we're talking about, yes, maybe a break as we head toward most of the morning, 8, 9 a.m., even for Georgia. But notice in the afternoon, we'll increase the rain chances from 30% at 1 o'clock back up to 80% for the drive home. That could include maybe a strong storm or two with more instability and heating. Now we take a look at our precision cast on that strong thunderstorm timing. I've got Lake City to Stark, 3 to 7 o'clock. Can't rule out 50 to 60 mile-per-hour winds. And then we're watching Palatka to Jacksonville between 5 and 9. So it's not looking like a great night once again for after-school sports. And then Waycross to Brunswick, yes, you've got some rounds of rain that could include some strong storms between 6 and 10. If there is good news in the Gulf, we're not seeing this low pressure organize anymore. The Hurricane Center keeping a very low chance of it being named, but it's not going to change our forecast regardless, okay? So I think the cooler water temperatures in the Gulf will keep this from being called Alberto, but regardless, we're seeing a strong surge of moisture continue over the next few days. In fact, between now and Thursday morning, we could see another 2 to 4 inches of rain. So rounds of rain, maybe even a strong storm late today. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, good news on the weekend plans, low to mid 80s and more of those widely scattered storms in the afternoon and evening. So more of a summer pattern, which means I think we should be able to get at least many of our plans in.
Well, we are off to a busy start on this Tuesday morning. Remember, we count on you to help us tell the whole story when weather strikes. You can share your photos and videos using the hashtag FCNStorm. Now, the Jacksonville man accused of planning a mass shooting at a mosque is facing 10 years in prison. Bernardino Boletete, he was convicted of having an unregistered firearm silencer. Police got a tip that Boletete was planning a mass shooting at an Islamic center off of Northeast Florida. Now, prosecutors found a large collection of firearms and ammunition back in December. He will be sentenced in late July. And right now, there's a statewide search for a 12-year-old girl. She's from Santa Rosa County. Please take a look at your screen. Here's a photo of her, Emily Navarro. She may be traveling with an 18-year-old. His name is Elvin Murcia. Now, they're in a black Honda Civic with Tennessee plates. If you know where they are, perhaps you have seen them, you're urged to please call police.
Happening today, friends, family, law enforcement officers from all over the country are going to honor a fallen Highlands County deputy. There'll be a procession beginning at 9:30 this morning, a funeral service at 11 for Deputy William Gentry Jr., who was killed earlier this month while responding to a dispute between neighbors. He was only 40 years old. And new for you this morning, the Air Force will soon wear new combat uniforms. You'll notice those beginning October 1st. They're going to adopt the Army's operational camo pattern. It means they're going to ditch the airman battle uniform, phasing them out over the next 3 years. The Air Force will differ from the Army, though, in Velcro patches, name tape, as well, of course, as the airman insignia.
6:54 is your time. A look now at stories people are going to be talking about today, starting in Hawaii, where lava continues to ooze from Hawaii's Mount Kilauea. The video, incredible, coming out of there. The Big Island now under a state of emergency. The volcano has spewed a slow-moving, fiery flood of lava through cracks in the earth. Molten rock has overwhelmed neighborhoods. More than 24 structures have been destroyed. Experts say there's no end in sight, and we could see an explosive eruption with all of this as well. In the Middle East, Israeli troops shot dozens of Palestinians dead on the Gaza border yesterday. This as the U.S. opened its embassy to Israel in Jerusalem. It was the bloodiest single day for Palestinians since the Gaza conflict in 2014. At least 55 people were killed. More than 2,200 were injured by either gunfire, tear gas, or other means. The protests there are expected to continue today. A landmark ruling from the Supreme Court means American sports fans will soon have many more places to place legal bets on college and pro sports. 5 states have already passed laws in case this had happened, but Florida's not one of them. So now this ruling is going to put pressure on the state to update its gambling laws, which they've actually been trying to do for about 10 years. Florida's legislature isn't scheduled to meet again until March of 2019. By then, there will be new legislative leaders and a new governor. Let's check in.
Well, you know what, Lindsay, it seems no matter how much effort and planning you put into pulling off the perfect proposal, there's no accounting for an unexpected and maybe a last-minute surprise like this one. You guys have seen this video all over. It was meant to be a romantic moment that quickly turned into a hilarious potty training public service announcement when Kevin proposed to his girlfriend Alyssa. Now, as you see in the video, as he drops to one knee, Kevin drops to one knee, their 3-year-old son, well, Owen, he just couldn't hold his bladder, so he starts peeing during the whole exchange. Of course, lots of people were talking about this online, and we invite you to chime in using hashtag GMJ. But here's the buzz. If you listen closely, the kid did try to tell his dad that he was about to go, but I guess the dad just didn't hear him. So we'll leave it at this. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah, you involve a child in a proposal and you're going to have issues. Guys, let's get a last check of your weather and traffic.
Issues on the roads
Oh
for sure.
gosh, a lot of issues. Radar lighting up still Nassau County over to Charlton, Camden, Glenn County, still another half-inch of rain. And then we get that much-needed break in the rain. But look west, another line coming late today.
295 northbound at Alta still blocked because of a patrol car crash, and I expect to be blocked it throughout the morning rush.
We'll be on air every half hour as well. So if you need to stay at home, we'll be right here. Hashtag GMJ.